Hello everyone, I'm Heather, and in this video I am responding to a request that I've gotten quite a few times from viewers, and that is people would like to know, how do we check for bed bugs when we check into a hotel? This is something that we always do, that we've done for many years. I didn't used to do it a long time ago, but at some point I learned about bed bugs and that you really should be checking for them in your hotel room. Now, a really good hotel housekeeping staff is going to be keeping an eye on this as well, but especially during the pandemic and with cutbacks in housekeeping, reductions in housekeeping staff in hotels, sometimes they just don't have enough time and they're very rushed and they may not have enough of an opportunity to check for bed bugs very thoroughly. And so it's really the responsibility of each individual guest to be doing a check like this whenever you check into a hotel room. You do not want to bring bed bugs home with you. We have never had bed bugs. However, we did have a very negative experience at our house. We got bat bugs because we had bats in our attic and did not know it. They couldn't get into the living space, but bat bugs look exactly like bed bugs unless you look at them under a microscope. So we actually found one and I put it in a plastic bag and it died pretty quickly. And then I took it to our county health department and they actually sent it to the state laboratory and they determined that it was a bat bug because I was freaked out thinking that we had somehow brought bed bugs home. Back in evolution a long time ago, when people lived in caves, there was a separation between the host of these bugs, and some of them continue to use bats as their host, and others of them evolved into what we know as the modern day bed bug. Through that experience, we learned a lot about what can happen if you get these bugs in your home. Now, bat bugs are easy. If you get rid of the bats, the bugs are usually gone too. We did also have our home professionally treated twice because we had the bats in our attic twice. But that was a kind of a real learning experience for us because we learned a lot about these types of insects. And you won't necessarily find them just in a bed. They'll hide almost anywhere in a room, behind wallpaper, behind a headboard, in drawers, the luggage rack, all sorts of things. Your best way to prevent bringing bed bugs home with you when you travel is to check for them as soon as you get to any place you stay. This would also include cruise ship cabins or any other place that you might stay. Even it's a good idea to give a quick cursory overlook of your train seat, your airplane seat. Now, if it's smooth like the leather or the faux vinyl kinds of seats, they can't really grip those. So you're less likely to see that. You'll see like movie theaters now are moving away from cloth seats and they're moving more to those smooth. Yeah, I'll show you this in a second. They're moving more to like smooth, slippery stuff because insects can't grip that. Bed bugs can't grip that. So if you're in a place like that, you have less to worry about. Same thing with lice. Like some people worry about getting lice from a headrest in a movie theater. If they're those smooth seats, they really can't. They have nothing to grab onto. They're used to being able to grab hair. So we're going to show you really quick how we personally check for bed bugs when we check into a hotel. We just got to this Hampton Inn in Minnesota. It's a very nice brand new property and I'm sure it'll probably be fine. I am going to tell you we have never found one. We did once at a nearby Hampton Inn quite close to here find some suspicious dark spots on a mattress, and I have talked about this before, and I went and got the housekeeping manager. She came and looked. She went and got her glasses. She looked very carefully. She took me very seriously, did not give me any grief about it at all, said no problem, you guys go check downstairs and they'll give you a different room and we're going to take care of this. A good hotel is going to take it very seriously because they don't want this problem, okay?
I don't want to get sued or something.
Yeah, exactly. And hotels do get sued. And it's not their fault if they come there. It's somebody brought it in. Even the cleanest hotel, the cleanest home, bed bugs don't care how clean you are. They only care that they've got blood to suck on, honestly. I know that's gross. Okay, so we're gonna show you how we check, and I learned how to do this from a very good video that I found on YouTube one time. It was a video by a guy from a health department who was very, very thorough. Now, we don't take as much time as he does because there's just a couple of real key places that you need to check. Okay, so the first thing I want to tell you is when you come in the door, in most hotels these days, the area near the door is going to be some kind of hard flooring in a lot of modern hotels. And so you'll notice we left our luggage in this area. Another thing that you'll see people do is sometimes they'll put it in the bathroom. Now here the flooring is the same. Or they'll even put it in the tub or the shower while they do their check until they know that the room is okay. By the way, stay tuned for my room tour, but this bathroom is sweet. Okay, so leave your luggage there. Now we did hang up our jackets here because we've got some nice hooks here and we're still over the hard floor. Okay, the main thing you want to check is the beds. Okay, so Megan will help me with this. And first thing is, you need to lift the mattress. So Megan will lift the mattress up. And we're going to see, okay, we've got a mattress cover here. So I'm actually going to peel this off and look underneath. And it looks very nice. Nice and clean, white, no sign of anything. And I can see this whole top of this thing is pure white, as is the bottom of the mattress. Okay.
Can I do it?
Yeah, Ben, why don't I do it? Okay, then what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to move the pillows. You're going to want to peel back all the bedding. So you should have, you know, sheet, mattress cover. Now right away I can tell this is a brand new hotel. This is a brand new mattress. This thing is beautiful, okay? And this is what you want to see. And don't be afraid to do this. I mean, take it all the way off. But you want to be checking the mattress itself for any kind of spots, dark spots, insects obviously, but like any little dark thing that would be like their shed outer coating or blood drops from where they had fed on someone. And you want to check like the edges of the mattress like this. Now, most people in a hotel are going to sleep here or here. They're going to sleep next to the nightstand. So I won't even always check the other side. If this side looks good, 99% of the time, the other side's fine. But if you want to be really thorough, check it all, okay? And now one of the kids is going to come over and lift this one for me. Lift the mattress. So Ben's lifting this mattress. Normally I would be doing this with my flashlight on my phone to really get a good look. But given that this is so new and nice, I'm pretty confident that we're okay.
Piece of grass.
We have found some other things under here in the past, but looks good today. Okay, now this headboard
It's fine.
It's like all built-in kind of thing. Nothing can get behind this. They could potentially maybe get in these. No, that doesn't even go back all the way. So there's not really much place to hide. And Hampton has a lot of these now. This doesn't have any, it's solid. There's no drawer. There's no place for anything to hide there. They can actually hide in outlets, but don't freak yourself out over that too much. Okay, the other thing we were talking about, this chair is fabric. Okay, so you're more likely, there could be something with the chair. Here's something here.
It's just crumbs.
This is a crumb, okay? You. Bye-bye. But what Ben was saying was, when you have fabric furniture like this, so like if there was a sofa in this room, which there's not, I would also check the sofa. You know, and you want to check this chair here, just for any signs of anything. Okay, it's less likely, but they could hitch a ride on the host from the bed to the chair. The other thing, really, really, really important, never put your suitcases on a hotel bed. Ever, ever.
Or any bed.
Yeah, really. Because if a bed bug has gotten from the bed onto your suitcase,
You're done.
you have now carried it to another bed. And that's how a lot of them move around. They hitch a ride. People put their suitcases on the bed and then the bed bug gets in or on the suitcase, and then the people take the suitcase to another place and put it on another bed.
And if you get like on a plane, it's gonna touch other suitcases.
Right, exactly. Yes, Ben is right. They can even jump from suitcase. They don't jump. They can only crawl. But they can go from a suitcase to a suitcase if they're touching each other. Now, I'm not trying to completely freak you out here. You have a 1 in 100 chance of picking up or finding bed bugs in a hotel room. And given that we travel a lot and we've never found them, knock on wood, you know, but I mean, we stay in places that we know have a good reputation for cleanliness and good housekeeping and all that. Okay, the only other place in this room that I'm going to want to look is the drawers. Now, some Hampton Inns have metal drawers that don't even have a bottom. Now, this color is tricky because they could hide in here. There's a little bit of dust, a little bit of fuzz. But like if the drawers are like, what's this? Hold on.
What?
That is a fuzz. Okay. But I mean, you might find something like that. It's a piece of lint. Okay. But drawers is another place that they might hide. This is the fridge. And then there's one more drawer here under where Megan is sitting. White drawers are going to be really easy to spot stuff. And those metal drawers are obviously really going to be easy to spot stuff. One more place I want to check. The luggage rack. Meg, can you grab that for me?
Yeah.
So Megan's going to grab this out. We're going to bring it over by the window.
It looks very clean.
It looks brand new. I don't even know if anybody's ever used it.
Sometimes luggage racks are a little bit dingy because you know, they're old, but this one looks
Bring it over by the window,
pretty
hon.
brand new.
Because we're using my phone to film, I would normally be doing this all with my flashlight on my phone. But what we do is we check both sides of the straps and then close it. And you want to check under here, like in these, not getting the right place.
Alcoves.
Yeah, like in the seams underneath, because they could be hiding down here in these folds. And so I always check those before, like here, you know, where the underneath, so that when it's open, it'd be the bottom. So we always check those too, because obviously, again, if they're on the suitcase, they could crawl from the suitcase to the luggage rack and then hide under there. So that's one other place that it's good to check. And like Megan said, this one is obviously very new. I mean, look how shiny it is. But a lot of hotels we go in, even nice hotels, they're pretty dingy sometimes.
I just want to reuse it.
Yeah. Hi again, everyone. Future Heather here the next morning. I thought of 2 things that I need to add to this video that are very important. Earlier, I was talking about never ever put your suitcase on the bed. And yes, in a hotel, you should never put your suitcase on a bed. One place where this will come up where you'll be like, wait a second, they kind of want me to put the suitcase on the bed, is sometimes on cruise ships, when you get to your stateroom, they have that like kind of sheeting stuff. I don't even know what you'd call it. Like a protective cover that they put on the foot of the bed, and it actually says on it suitcases or for luggage or whatever. And that's okay. You can and should put your suitcase there. But here's the thing. On a cruise, you're unpacking. You set your suitcase on that protective cover thing. You unpack. And then your room attendant, your room steward, is going to take that thing away. I don't even know what they do with them. They don't stay in the room. So after you've unpacked, they're going to take that protective thing away. But that's obviously protecting the bed from getting dirty from your suitcase, and it's protecting your suitcase from anything on the bed. And if you're inspecting your cruise ship cabin for bed bugs, just like you do with a hotel, you're going to notice. And anyway, in that circumstance, what you would do in that situation, first of all, is point it out to your room attendant. They're going to be nearby.
If you find
If you find something, if you find bed bugs or evidence of bed bugs in the room, I'm sure, have very specific training on how to deal with that situation, and they're going to move you. Right now, with the pandemic and lowered capacity on cruise ships, this shouldn't be an issue because they have rooms set aside and they might forever actually have rooms set aside for isolation for people with COVID. But I would suspect that cruise ships going forward in the future are always going to leave some rooms open like that for some illness or whatever, but they're going to have to keep some spares. So I don't think a ship will ever be truly, fully full of, at capacity that every single room is taken. Okay, I forgot to tell you, what do you do if you find bed bugs or evidence of bed bugs in your hotel room? First of all, I also forgot to tell you, they're very, very, very tiny. Go ahead and look up on the internet. Don't go down a rabbit hole, but I mean, look up a picture so you can see how small they are. Yeah, with a hand next to it or a coin or something. They're like the size of an apple seed. They're very small, but they have a very distinctive shape. And that's why when I found the one, it was very strange. It was on top of a dresser. And that's why we were like, what the heck? Is this a bed bug? Because I was like, I think that's a bed bug. It looked like a bed bug in our house, but it was on top of a dresser. And I'm like, how the heck would it get there? And the reason it got there is because it had fallen through the ceiling from the attic where the bats were. So this wasn't, we never got bit. We only found, 2? Yeah, we found 2. And one was in the bathroom. And again, like they had come down from up above. So just be aware, you're not looking for something huge. You're looking for something very, very, very tiny. It's actually going to be more likely that you're going to see little black specks or drops of dried blood or something than you're going to see an actual bug. They don't like the light. They're going to be hiding. So the possibility that you're going to actually find an actual moving bug is pretty small. Okay, but what do you do if you find something, evidence or even something that you're questioning or you're wondering about? Okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to walk away. You're going to take your luggage that you left over by the door or in the bathroom on the hard floor. You're going to walk out of your room. You're going to go to the front desk and you're going to say, I need another room. Okay? Now, they're probably going to wonder why. If you can quietly, tell them, or just say you have a concern about the room and could someone go and inspect it. Say you need to send housekeeping to the room and check the beds or something like that. You don't want to be yelling in the lobby, because don't be mean to the poor hotel, because it's really probably not their fault. But in some way indicate that you need to be moved and you need another room. Be polite, but be firm about it. I need another room. And specifically, you're going to want a room on a different floor.
Above.
Yeah, preferably above. And preferably, if you can, even with a floor in between. Because they can move around more than you think they can. Now, hopefully, if you're finding it, it was just an issue of, it was the guests before you and housekeeping just missed it, or something like that because they were rushed or whatever, and it hasn't been there that long. I can't imagine, I've only read of one case in the news one time of an incident where it had gotten so bad that they had a full-blown infestation in I think it was a motel. Hotels are going to want to attack that problem as quickly as possible and take care of it. And I'm sure they've probably got pest control places that take care of these things on retainer or something, honestly, because they're never going to want that to get out of hand. They're going to want to take care of it right away. They may even have certain chemicals or products or things that they can use immediately to handle the problem quick before they can get the pest control people in there. I'm not sure. You just need to make sure that you don't stay in that room and that you're moved. Say it's only one floor property. Then you just want to be as many rooms away as possible. They're not going to give you a hassle. I have requested a different room a couple different times for different reasons. Not this. And they don't care. They want happy guests. They want you to be satisfied with your stay. They want you to give a good review. So don't be worried about going and saying what you need. But that's what you should do. You should absolutely not stay in that room, even if you're not sure what it is. You want them, who have a better idea of what they're looking at than you do to check it out themselves. So there you go. That is our little tutorial about how we check for bed bugs whenever we stay in a hotel. It takes less than 5 minutes, 2-3 minutes at most. We do this every time we check into a hotel, before we bring in any of our stuff, before we set anything on the beds, before we sit on the beds, anything like that. This is the first thing we do. It only takes a little bit of time, and it can save you months of headache and nightmares and thousands upon thousands of dollars. I think between the 2 times that we had bats in our attic, and granted, we had to pay for the bats to be removed from the attic and sealed out of the roof and all of that, it was probably close to $7,000. The treatment for the bugs themselves is not that expensive, but if you got a really bad case of bed bugs in your home, it could end up being really difficult to eradicate them from your house if they got out of control. Not to mention the stress and the health problems that can, they don't spread disease, but obviously getting bitten by any kind of insect when you're sleeping is not a good thing. I mean, ask anybody or look it up. Anybody who's suffered from having bedbug bites, even when they stayed in a hotel, even if they didn't bring them home, it's quite traumatic. And so I really feel like it's worth the couple of minutes it takes you to do a quick inspection of your hotel room every time you come to a hotel, and just give yourself that peace of mind that you don't have to worry about it. Oh, one thing I wanted to add. A lot of places, and you'll especially see this in long-term stays, like a Vrbo or a home rental or something like that, they will encase the mattresses. That is a really good move on the part of that owner, because if they encase the mattresses, the chance of there being bed bugs in that bed is pretty much 0. So if you see encased mattresses, you can kind of relax, because they've already thought of it and they're really serious about making sure it doesn't happen in that place. So that's just a little tip for you. So I really hope that this quick little tutorial about how we check for bed bugs in hotels was helpful to you. If you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments below. I always answer everybody's questions in the comments. Have a great day and safe travels.